The stars flickered quietly across the void, but wherever the Varnari Empire moved, silence followed. Entire worlds stopped transmitting. Colonies vanished. Armies surrendered before they could even fight. The Varnari didn't demand negotiations. They didn't explain their intentions. They simply arrived and conquered. For over 200 years, the Varnari had spread across the galaxy like a dark tide. No resistance had ever worked. No fleet had ever stood against them. They used advanced war algorithms, adaptive weapons, and massive motherships the size of cities. Even the bravest defenders were crushed in minutes. At the heart of this terrifying force was Overlord Kravax, a massive silver-scaled being with glowing red eyes and a cold, commanding presence. He had ruled the Empire for over a century, leading victories across star systems like they were nothing more than stepping stones. His name alone brought fear to countless worlds. Kravax stood on the command platform of his flagship, the Tyrant's Will, watching the holographic map of the galaxy. One by one, systems were blinking red, marked as conquered. His next target was near the Orion Spiral, an underdeveloped region. He raised a clawed finger and pointed to a small blue planet near the edge of the galactic map. Earth, he said in a deep, growling voice. Primitive, silent, unclaimed. It's time. His advisors nodded in agreement. They believed Earth would fall like the others, quick and without effort. Some had never even heard of it. The planet had remained quiet for generations, never interfering in galactic matters, never forming alliances, never sending signals beyond its region. The silence was strange but not important enough to delay the Empire's march. Kravax wasn't worried. Why should he be? His fleet outnumbered any known force in the galaxy. His ships had obliterated species older and more advanced than humans. Earth was a mystery, yes, but to him it was just one more world to burn. Send the scouts, he ordered. Prepare the invasion fleet. This will be routine. His fleet began its movement. Thousands of ships powered up, blinking like stars of death in the dark. Engines roared silently in the vacuum of space. Entire systems watched the movement with dread. The Empire was headed to a new target. And still, Earth said nothing. No response. No defense signal. No diplomatic message. Not even a warning. Some of Kravax's officers found it odd. A few suggested caution, but Kravax silenced them all with a single glare. They're too weak to reply, he said. We'll crush them before they wake up. But far beyond what his fleet could see, hidden in the shadow of a dead moon, something waited. It didn't broadcast a signal. It didn't show up on scanners. It was still, silent, watching. It had been waiting for this moment for years. And soon it would speak. Far from the path of the Varnari fleet, hidden deep in the shadows of space, Earth was not asleep. While the galaxy believed humanity was silent and weak, Earth had been preparing quietly, secretly, and with deadly focus. For 50 years, Earth's leaders knew war was coming. They had watched the Varnari consume entire civilizations. Earth had seen the signs long ago, and made a decision: say nothing, hide everything, and build one weapon that could make a difference. That weapon was the ISS Archangel. It wasn't just a warship. It was the result of the world's smartest minds working in silence, under the surface of the moon, powered by technology humans didn't fully understand. Years ago, during a failed alien probe mission, Earth recovered a strange core, ancient, powerful, and still active. Scientists couldn't explain it, but they learned how to use it. With it, they created a ship beyond anything the galaxy had seen. The ISS Archangel could cloak without energy signals. It could bend space briefly, making small jumps without a gate. Its weapons were quiet, invisible, and deadly. Its armor could adapt to any energy type it had previously encountered. It was fast, smart, and alive with an AI called Seraph, a system designed not just to follow orders, but to protect humanity at all costs. Commander Erin Cole stood on the bridge of the Archangel. The stars outside were calm, but her mind was sharp and ready. She wore a black flight suit with no rank insignia, only a silver line down her arm showing her connection to the ship. Erin was 39, sharp eyes, steady hands, and a voice that never shook. She wasn't known to the world. Her name didn't appear in public records, but among a small circle of Earth's secret defense force, she was a legend. She had led missions beyond the solar system in complete silence, intercepting threats before they reached home. She had one rule: never let Earth bleed. Behind her, Seraph's voice echoed across the control deck. Soft, calm, human-like. Varnari fleet trajectory confirmed. Estimated arrival in 9.6 hours. Erin nodded. No change in their formation. No, they do not know we're here. They believe Earth is undefended. Erin stared at the approaching dots on the screen. Thousands of ships moving like a storm. Her chest tightened, but she didn't flinch. Good, she said. Let them come. Seraph paused. Do we warn Earth? No, Erin replied. This ship is the warning. She walked toward the main window of the bridge. The stars stretched endlessly. Somewhere out there was Kravax, the overlord who thought humanity was just another name on his conquest list. He'll know our name before this ends, she whispered. Flashbacks hit her briefly. Her brother Marcus, smiling in his pilot suit. He had flown a patrol ship near a neutral zone. When a Varnari scout drone attacked, he was vaporized in a single blast. Earth had said nothing in response, but that moment changed Erin forever. She requested combat command. She trained harder than anyone. She earned her place not through politics, but by proving herself again and again. The Archangel was given to her not because she was loud, but because she was silent and unstoppable. Earth had chosen one ship, one captain, one chance, and Erin was ready. The Archangel moved through space, silent and unseen, cloaked in black armor. It drifted like a shadow at the edge of the Orion spiral. As the Varnari fleet closed in, the galaxy expected another easy victory. But Earth had drawn a line, and it began here. The Varnari fleet arrived just outside the human colony of Keller 3, a small mining outpost near the edge of Earth's territory. It was quiet, too quiet. No defense ships, no planetary shields, no escape pods. To the Varnari, it looked abandoned. Overlord Kravax stood tall in his command chamber aboard the Tyrant's Will. His eyes glowed red as he reviewed the planet's scans. His officers waited for orders. Send in a scout wing, Kravax growled. I want the colony crushed before sunrise. 10 sleek, silver Varnari ships broke formation and surged ahead. Their plasma cores hummed as they entered the planet's orbit. They expected no resistance. But before they could reach the surface, something changed. Their systems flickered. Communications cut. Engines stalled for a second, then restarted. One of the pilots shouted, "We've been scanned. Unknown origin." Then, without warning, all 10 ships exploded in complete silence. There was no beam, no missile, just instant destruction. Each ship vanished as if something had crushed them from the inside out. One moment they were flying, then gone. Back aboard the Varnari flagship, red alarms lit up. Scout wing, destroyed. An officer whispered. No survivors. Kravax narrowed his eyes. By what? His screen blinked. A message appeared. One line. Turn back. This is your only warning. The entire bridge fell silent. For a moment even the breathing of his officers stopped. Is this from the humans? Kravax asked. Yes, Overlord. No ship was detected near the system. Nothing on scans. Nothing on sensors. How? The communications officer looked nervous. Unknown. The signal came from empty space. Kravax slammed his fist onto the control panel. Then find the source. Across the system, Varnari ships spread out, scanning every asteroid, moon and gas cloud. Hours passed. Nothing was found. But far away, behind the dead moon Varus 9, a single black ship remained still. The ISS Archangel. Inside, Commander Erin Cole stood on her bridge, watching the data. Seraph's voice echoed gently. Enemy scouts neutralized. Warning message delivered. Erin nodded. Response: they are confused. Scanning everywhere. They do not know what hit them. She exhaled slowly. Her hands remained steady on the control panel. They'll come for us now, she said. Yes, Seraph replied. Shall we prepare for open combat? Not yet, Erin whispered. Let them panic first. Let fear spread. In the Varnari fleet, rumors were already moving faster than commands. Some whispered of ancient weapons. Others feared hidden superweapons on the colony. A few began to doubt the Overlord's plan. Kravax ignored it all. I want the planet turned to ash, he roared. Deploy 2 squadrons. If they face the same fate, we bring the entire fleet down. But even he could feel it now. Uncertainty. Something was different about this world. The humans weren't fighting. They weren't running. They weren't speaking. But they had just killed 10 Varnari ships instantly. And now they had delivered a clear message. Turn back. The galaxy had never seen humans fight back before. But they were about to. The Varnari Empire had never known fear. But now, for the first time, something was different. 10 scout ships were gone, wiped out without warning. No enemy had ever done that. And no one knew how. Overlord Kravax stood at the center of his war room, staring at the holographic map. His jaw was tight, his claws digging into the edge of the console. Deploy 2 full strike squadrons, he ordered. Crush whatever is hiding out there. 20 powerful warships moved from the fleet and dove toward the colony. But halfway through their approach, they stopped. Not by choice. Every system failed at once. Power, weapons, shields, even backup engines. The ships drifted, dead in space, completely exposed. And then a single beam of light pierced the darkness. Silent, thin, precise. The lead ship split in 2. Within seconds, the other ships followed. 20 elite vessels, gone. There was no explosion, no fire, just disappearance. Kravax's officers stared in horror. His empire had never lost ships this easily. It's impossible, one whispered. We can't detect the source. We can't fight something we can't see. Then came the voice, not on any channel, not from any direction. It echoed through every Varnari ship at once, calm and clear. You were warned. This is your final chance. Leave now. Kravax growled. Where is it coming from? Everywhere, his tech officer replied. We can't trace it. It's using our own systems. Kravax slammed his fist again. Enough. Prepare all ships. We attack with full force. Thousands of ships began moving into attack formation. It was the largest force ever sent against a single world. But hidden behind the dark side of the moon, the ISS Archangel was already ready. Inside, Commander Erin Cole stood calmly at her command seat. Her hands moved across the controls with focus. Seraph spoke. Incoming fleet. Number 3,200 ships. Formation, full assault wedge. Distance 4 minutes. Erin didn't blink. Prepare Phase 1 weapons. Activate reflective shields. Deploy false signal beacons. The Archangel split into 8 false signals across enemy scanners. From the Varnari fleet, it now looked like 8 different massive ships were waiting. Fire, Erin said softly. The Archangel struck first. Gravity torpedoes ripped through Varnari vessels, folding their hulls inward like paper. Pulse cannons disabled dozens of ships in seconds. Energy disruptors shut down entire formations with a single shot. In 5 minutes, over 500 enemy ships were gone. Still, the rest charged forward. Kravax was furious. He ordered all weapons to focus on the Archangel's last known position. A storm of plasma blasts lit up space, but when the light faded, nothing was there. Then the Archangel appeared behind them. It fired again. More ships fell. Erin's voice echoed over the enemy channels. This is the line. You do not pass. The Archangel wasn't just surviving, it was winning. Inside her ship, Erin kept her focus. She knew she couldn't win a war against the entire Varnari Empire, but she didn't need to. She just had to stop them here. Long enough for the galaxy to see what humans were truly capable of. Seraph spoke again. Enemy morale is dropping. Several ships are breaking formation. Some are retreating. Aaron stared at the stars ahead, filled with enemy ships still firing blindly. Then let's show them more. The Archangel fired again. One ship, against thousands, and it was winning. The battlefield was chaos. The Varnari fleet, once proud and unstoppable, was now broken and confused. Ships drifted without power. Others exploded in silence. Command signals failed. Pilots screamed over channels, asking for orders. No one knew what to do. In the center of it all, the ISS Archangel moved like a shadow, striking with perfect precision and vanishing before the enemy could respond. Inside the ship, Commander Erin Cole remained calm. Her eyes followed every move on the screen. "Status?" she asked. Seraph answered, voice smooth and focused. "Enemy losses, 1,480 ships. Remaining forces scattered, uncoordinated. Several units attempting full retreat." Erin nodded. "Hold fire on fleeing ships." Confirmed. She didn't want to destroy those who were already giving up. She wasn't here to kill for pride. She was here to stop the invasion. And now the enemy was breaking. But not all of them. A large formation was regrouping behind the Varnari flagship. Overlord Kravax was still there, angry, humiliated, and more dangerous than ever. "Launch the Dread-class bombers," Kravax growled. "I don't care what it is. We crush it now." Dozens of massive ships began to move forward, twice the size of the ones before. They carried heavy weapons and thick armor. These were ships used to destroy entire cities in one strike. They locked onto the Archangel and fired at once. A wave of blinding light crossed space. For a moment everything vanished. Then the smoke cleared, and the Archangel still floated in place, untouched. Seraph reported, reflective shield held, minimal energy loss. Weapon signatures recorded, and now adapted for defense. Erin didn't smile. She only spoke two words: strike back. The Archangel charged its core. The alien artifact that powered it began to glow deep red. Space around the ship shimmered like heat over fire. Then a pulse wave burst out, quiet but unstoppable. It wasn't an explosion, it was silence. Every Varnari dreadnought caught in the wave shut down instantly. Their lights died. Their weapons faded. Engines cooled. They floated, powerless. Kravax stared at the scene from his flagship. His strongest ships, useless. "Impossible," he whispered. He turned to his bridge crew. "Where is that ship? Where is it?" Suddenly, the Archangel appeared just beyond his window. The black warship hovered in silence, its hull reflecting the light of dying stars. Then Erin's voice filled Kravax's ship. "This is Earth's only message. We will not be conquered." Kravax's officers panicked. Some ran, some begged to retreat. And finally, for the first time in his life, Kravax gave the one order he never thought he would: retreat. The Varnari fleet scattered. Those who could still move jumped to hyperspace. Others surrendered. A few simply floated, broken and defeated. Earth had won, with one ship. Erin watched the last of the enemy vanish into the stars. "Damage report?" she asked quietly. Seraph replied, "Shields at 62%. All systems stable. No casualties." She closed her eyes for a moment and breathed deeply. It was over, but she knew this was only the beginning. The galaxy would talk. They would wonder. They would fear. And finally, they would understand. Humanity was not weak. Humanity was ready. Silence filled space once more. The battlefield, once lit with fire and explosions, had gone quiet. Thousands of Varnari ships were gone, destroyed, disabled, or vanished. The survivors had retreated into deep space, their formation broken, their pride shattered. At the edge of the Orion spiral, one ship remained, the ISS Archangel. It floated calmly in orbit above the Keller 3 colony. Its black hull gleamed under the distant light of a red star. Inside, the ship's systems hummed softly, running cool for the first time in hours. Commander Erin Cole sat in her command chair, helmet off, hair pulled back. Her hands rested on the arms of the seat, steady and firm. She stared at the view in front of her, empty space where an empire had once stood. Sarif broke the silence. Enemy presence confirmed withdrawn. All hostile signals have ceased. Erin didn't speak for a moment. She simply nodded. Prepare a message, she said at last. To the Galactic Council, to every open channel. Let the galaxy hear this. Recording, Sarif confirmed. Erin stood. She walked to the center of the bridge and faced the screen. Her voice was calm and clear. This is Commander Erin Cole, of Earth, captain of the ISS Archangel. She paused. To the Varnari Empire. You came here, thinking Earth was weak, that we would bow, beg, or break. You were wrong. This ship was not built for war. It was built for survival. And today, it did what it was made to do. To the rest of the galaxy, we have watched in silence, while empires rose and fell. We have listened while others called us primitive, backwards, and small. But now you've seen what happens when Earth decides to stand. She leaned forward slightly. This was not an attack. This was a warning. If you come to conquer us, we will stop you. If you come in peace, we will meet you as equals. Erin took one last breath. Humanity is awake now, and we are here to stay. End transmission. The message was sent. Across distant systems, it was received. Council chambers watched in silence. Rulers of planets long untouched by war leaned forward in shock. Traders, soldiers, explorers, everyone who had ever ignored Earth now listened. The story of the Archangel spread like wildfire. Some celebrated, some feared, some began building walls around their space. But one thing was clear. The humans had arrived. Back on the bridge, Erin sat once again. The stars ahead shimmered, endless and unknown. Set course for Earth, she said. Sarif replied. Course plotted. Welcome home, Commander. The Archangel turned slowly, its engines lighting up like a sleeping dragon awakening. Then with a silent surge, it jumped into deep space, vanishing from sight. Behind it, only silence remained. But that silence now spoke loudly across the galaxy.